Tony, tell me, what does the Harness Jewels concept mean to you?
I think it's the highlight for everyone. I mean, a lot of people think derbies and New Zealand Cups and that, but the Jewels is literally the jewel in the crown nowadays, isn't it? Group 1 at the end of the season, it's always the best of the best. It's the best horse that's raced through the season with money won. It's just a great concept and, terrific concept.
As an individual, training-wise, you've only had a handful of starters in it, and you haven't been far away.
No, it's a bit like everything, Greg. We've just been thereabouts, but we've had fifths, and Delightful Dash was fifth, and Galleon's Victory run fourth, and I left him up there with Bernie and Michelle after that. And we've been thereabouts, but not quite getting it.
Tony, you're honing in on 500 wins, both in partnerships and on your own. Yet to have a Group 1, are they the two targets for you? I suppose you're not getting to the back end of your career, but I suppose you've still got to drive yourself somehow.
Yeah, and with the team we've got, I'm pretty happy with the future's looking, Greg. But the two goals I had was 500 wins and to win a Group 1, but train a Group 1. But of course we won one this year with Queen Elida. Brent Lilly trains her in Victoria, and of course it's only COVID that stopped me being there probably. So no, I would still like to tick it off, but no, pretty content where we are.
Let's talk about this filly, Life's a Beach. How did you come to get it to start with?
Oh, it was basically Kelly Blackmore up at the stud. I said to her, I said, I spend a lot of money, like close to 100 grand between Bettor's Delight service fees and brought fillies off them at the weanling sale and this sort of thing. And I said, you're giving all these other trainers a go with the horses. What about sending me one? She said, actually, we've got one here that hasn't got a trainer yet. And expecting it to be a sweet lure or down by the seaside or something out in the back, out of the backwash mere. But little did I know, when it was coming down, it was a full to party on. And of course, line up, both Group 1 winners. And I thought, well, gee, this is pretty exciting.
You knew you had something to work with then?
Well, we knew we had the bloodline, and it was just up to me then to try and make the product. Stephen Reed had broken her in. He was very happy with her. He loved the way she bowled round. So she's only a little fine girl, but just got that Bettor's Delight heart.
Tony, the ownership group, the Woodlands Partnership, and then a whole lot of All Blacks and a bloke called RJ Taylor, Richard Dick Taylor, who's obviously famous in these parts in Canterbury.
Yeah, I don't sort of know too many of the boys, but I do know Dick. I leased him a mere Life's Decision. He was part of the Wacker White Syndicate back then, and she won 5 races. So we don't very seldom see each other, but no, the great ownership group. I just deal with Woodlands all the time, and the only instructions I've ever had, Greg, is she'll never be for sale. So.
Well, she's worth a bit of money, there's no question about that. However, it did take 12 starts to get the maiden. At some point, you must have been thinking to yourself, what am I doing wrong here?
Oh, I just kept scratching my head, and Cherie was driving her, and she didn't drive her bad. We just, between bad draws and bad luck, and I said to her one day, I said, listen, I'm sorry, but we just got to try our luck. I'm just going to have to try something else. So we put Johnny on, and it's just clicked. I mean, it was just, I think it was going to happen anyway, or we know it was going to happen. But she's always been a very nice maiden. She stepped up from being a very nice maiden to being a very nice 1 win, and has just kept going from there.
All right, with that confidence-boosting win, took on the best filly in the land, Better Twist, and towed her up, to be fair.
Yeah, and the biggest surprise was $62, Greg. I still can't believe she paid that. I mean, she won the week before at Invercargill. She won a 157-mile rate, won by 8 lengths. I know it wasn't a stellar field, but she drew 1 the second row, and I was actually very confident that day because I thought if La Rosa does anything wrong and she goes to the outside, Better Twist come into 1, so we were never going to get a bad run. And I thought if she could run 3 or 4 there, we'll find out where she's sitting anyway.
Yeah, well, ultimately she won that, and sure, she got the right run, but against the older horses a fortnight later on Derby night, she didn't.
Yeah, it was just, in 2600, it was a great run, but she's, as I say, she just keeps stepping up to the plate.
Since then, of course, she's run second behind Better Twist and then went excellent in the Southland Oaks. In many ways luckless. She must have been proud of that performance.
Oh, if she had run 4th, I would have been absolutely wrapped. So, and she's bounced through the run. So, Yeah, everyone said what a great draw it was going into the Southern Oaks drawing 3. I said, actually, I would have rather drawn bad. Because you know when the speed's out of the race, she could go round and we'll do a bit of work. And we had to put her in the race, so but she proved she's right up there with it.
Tony, what's her greatest attributes, or has she just got the all-round game?
Just the all-round game. She's just a typical little Betters Delight. She doesn't startle and track work. She just does her job. I actually work her in a galloping hood round home because she shies and buggers round that much. So, and then she wears nothing on race night and just does the job.
In terms of a Harness Jewels victory, if you were lucky enough to achieve that in early June, where would that sit for Tony Barron?
Oh, it'd be right up there. Yeah, it'd be right up the top. We've had a lot of thrills, Greg. You know, we've been around a long time and had some great results. You know, with the yearling sales and a lot of nice horses. We've always had a lot of nice horses, but we've never had that superstar. So to get that would be right up the top.
Is she the one that can do it for you?
She can, with the right draw and the right run. No doubt she can. Yeah.